Am I glad it's Friday? Coming to you from the Illegal Shift studio in resplendent comfort behind our brand new desk. It's the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Although when you look at this shot, you really can't see it that much. But we are behind a brand new desk, thanks to the efforts of Jason Kiefer and
so much room for activity.
Our buddy
Scotty Parker. Appreciate you.
Way to go, Scotty.
But yeah, so much room for activities.
On that note, I'm going to open a beer.
I think you should.
There we go.
It is Friday.
So I want to do something that is really for our YouTube viewers. I got to say, what do you think? Yes or no on these shades?
Well, look at the camera first.
All right, can you see them?
Yep.
So here's the story. I actually wore these for a little while last summer. About halfway through the summer, I lost them. And I lose sunglasses. That's why I don't spend a lot of money on sunglasses. I lose them all the time.
Is it because you wear them at night?
Could be.
You wear your sunglasses at night.
I like that song. So I'm cleaning out the van the other day, and I find these. So even though I only wore them for part of the summer last year, it's like having almost a new pair of sunglasses.
I like them.
So I might be rocking these during the summertime. So during the course of the program this morning, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to send your comments about my almost new shades that I may be rocking for a good portion of
Will
this year.
Cray already said it. Is that the white Ray Charles?
I think so, man. I saw Ray Charles in concert once.
Did you?
It was awesome.
Ooh,
that was so much fun.
I would have loved to see that.
It was so. We saw him at the casino in Indiana. What's the small Grand Vic? He was playing at the Grand Vic Casino, and I was there for some reason. But
you just set those glasses over there. Don't forget them.
I probably will.
That way they're lost.
Well,
again.
I forgot. I have a hat that was hanging on your thing over there. I forgot that.
Yeah,
I meant to take that with me.
I think you should keep rocking those glasses.
Thanks to our friends at Flight Outfitters, by the way. It's great looking at.
Yes. They
another great sponsor of the podcast.
Yeah, they're killing it. They're killing it for us. They got us a bunch of stuff that we didn't even ask for giveaways for tomorrow for Robbie's fundraiser. I went to pick up two things and I walked out with a box. I said, "How much do I owe you?" And our buddy Timmy was like, "Just take it.
How about that?
Take it, give it away, do with it what you want."
That is awesome.
So we got great support.
And that's some of the stuff I saw in the other room there, yes?
Some of it, yes. But yeah, so it's Friday. How was your week, Dan? Let me ask you that.
Well, an interesting week because
before we deep dive into all this.
I was supposed to do radio Wednesday night and Thursday night on my regular shows, but because UC basketball won on Tuesday, which meant they had a game on Wednesday night, then they won again on Wednesday, which meant they had a game on Thursday night. I did not have radio those days, so I spent a lot more time hanging out with our buddy Randy Corbett, helping him on a couple of projects.
All right.
And actually went to the lounge one night and watched UC basketball.
Oh, it's weird.
And
my phone didn't ring, but I
think you were at work.
I paid the bill. When? This week?
Yeah.
No, I've been off since Sunday.
I should have called you.
Yeah,
that's my bad.
Well, you don't care.
I know.
It's because you exactly.
I did wind up doing a karaoke song. Too.
You know you don't care.
I know.
That's fine. Whatever. Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm sitting next to Rob.
Our buddy Glenn Hawk was there doing the karaoke.
God damn it, Dan.
Well, I just sat there.
I'm very nice to you, and you were very shitty to me.
I know. I can't. It can't be helped.
It can't be helped. All right, where do we want to start?
This is a great day because we have two great stories that are win-wins that I like to say we're way ahead of the curve on. So we can start with a great victory for your firefighter buddies in New York City, or we can start with the local story of the kid who refused to back down, stood strong for the American flag, and it has paid great dividends for him. I love that story.
Let's go to the local.
All right.
The local kid that we're hoping we're going to be able to get him on the podcast.
We have reached out and have not heard back, but he had bigger fish to fry this week, obviously.
Well, he's been on national news, not just local news.
I know.
So I think it's pretty cool. So if you don't know the backstory, kid flying American flag going into high school on his truck. He's told that flag is going to offend some people, and is told to take it off. And then he he fought back against it, and there was a whole lot of backpedaling. But here's our local news story on what happened after all this transpired.
The rest of the story.
There we go.
Here on Fox 19 now. We told you we were going to keep checking in on this story, and here we go. The East Central High School student who refused to take the American flag off his truck when the school told him to is now being honored by the American Legion for standing up for what he believes is right. Chancellor Wynne first shared this story with you right here on Friday. Now Chance joins us live with a closer look at tonight's ceremony.
Trisha, we are live here at the American Legion in Harrison because it was actually right here in front of this Purple Heart Memorial where East Central High School senior Cameron Blasek was honored for his patriotism and his courage. It's now been 6 days since East Central High School told him to take down the American flag just for them to change their minds the next day. But Blasek says that he never had any intentions of removing the American flag from his truck. That's East Central High School senior Cameron Blasek. Wednesday evening, veterans gathered outside of the American Legion in Harrison to honor Blasek with the Red, White, and Blue Award, along with $3,000 for his patriotism and courage.
Yeah, baby.
All I ever wanted in the first place was just to fly American flag on the back of my truck. I didn't want anything more or less than that.
Last Thursday, school officials told Blasek to remove the American flag that he flies behind his truck.
They told me that if I didn't take it down, it could be seen as offensive to other students, and other students could fly more offensive flags.
Less than 24 hours later, the school changed their mind, sending out a letter to parents and students, which reads in part, quote, "After careful consideration and in recognition of the importance of the U.S. flag as a symbol of unity and national identity, I am pleased to inform you that we are allowing the display of the U.S. flag by students in the East Central High School parking lot." Blasek says this week, school administrators haven't addressed him directly about it, but he tells me he was never going to take down his American flag.
Yeah, baby. I love that.
Fuck you for saying we're going to allow it, because you have to allow it.
I agree. When I read that word in the letter that the principal set out, I didn't care for that word. It's like the word worker. I don't like people who are employed or go to a job every day referred to as a worker. That's what that's right out of the Democrat playbook. They refer to you as a worker, and you have to pay your taxes to them so they can decide how to spend it. But this kid, how about that? $3,000. And I love that shot of the parking lot. I'm thinking they drive a lot of pickup trucks out there at East Central High School.
Absolutely, they do.
I love it.
And yeah, that's homegrown America, and you want to fly an American flag. Somebody else might fly a flag that's offensive to somebody else. Fuck you.
It's the American
We're
flag.
talking about the American flag. And yeah, if somebody, right, wrong, or indifferent, is flying the Confederate flag, whatever, obviously that has been, nixed, and you can't do that. But, if there's a rainbow flag or what, fly your flag. But the American flag, you should never, ever, ever be subject to. Now, this kid's a national celebrity because he's been on national news, local news for standing up. Good for him. And we're able to do a little bit of a recap, from the original story, hoping we can get him on. I hope so.
It's a great lesson. It's a great ending to that story. And to my way of thinking, the bottom line is that the one thing that, no matter what your politics is, no matter what religion you are, if you're in America, you want to live as an American, the one thing we should all be able to come together on and find, the one place we should be able to find common ground, is the Stars and Stripes. If we don't have that,
yep.
If we can't even agree on that, then we've really got serious, major problems, I think.
Yeah, I don't even understand why this was an issue.
Well, as we said a few days ago, some Karen
Some Karen.
decided that, I'm offended. I'm offended by that.
That hurts my feelings. The one feeling that you have in your fucking Karen body, you dumb bitch. Whoever it was, you're a dumb bitch.
So
USA.
And how about the American Legion stepping up?
Yeah,
for this kid.
So I actually kind of want to work and get with our Legion post and see if we can do something as well.
Excellent.
So we will see. So on the theme of First Amendment rights, I got to find this real quick. But we talked. This is almost like a recap show. Like we're actually closing up some stories that we normally just talk about it and then we move on.
Well, it's a Victory Friday.
Victory Friday. So yeah, we talked our last podcast about the FDNY firemen that were chanting Trump during Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, at a promotional ceremony, and FDNY had said, or I don't know who exactly said it, whether it was her camp or FDNY's camp, said we're going to hunt down whoever was disrupting.
Well, that was the commissioner, the FDNY commissioner
Kavanaugh,
who said that she wanted she either wanted those individuals who were showing their displeasure with the AG to turn themselves in.
Yeah.
And she was also putting it on.
But she made the statement, we will hunt you down.
Yeah. She was putting it on the captains too, right? Who are essentially, I guess a captain in the New York Fire Department is probably a more of a mid-level manager.
Yeah, mid-level, and then you have a battalion chief that runs like the whole battalion.
But she was putting on those battalion chiefs and the captains to finger their own guys and turn in their own guys. And I'm sorry.
Did you just say finger?
I said finger. Put the finger on them. Boom.
Okay, all right.
They say that in New York City.
I just need clarification. Because that could have went 18 ways to Sunday.
I know. And if Rob Herking would have been here, we would have been way down a tangent.
He'd have jumped.
We'd have been way down another road on this already. But that's what they wanted to happen. They made it known. They made it clear as day that was not going to happen. And now victory is at hand.
So we have
for the FDNY.
FDNY.
Thank you.
There you go.
The FDNY still searching for those rowdy firefighters who booed New York Attorney General Letitia James at a department promotion event last week. You'll remember this. Brian Yanis live in New York City with more. Still talking about this, Brian.
Sandra, good morning. Well, the FDNY is urging firefighters to turn themselves in, insisting they are, quote, not hunting anyone down, but they are looking into those who they say clearly broke department regulations when they booed AG Letitia James and started chanting former President Donald Trump's name at a promotion ceremony last week at a Brooklyn church. Yesterday, FDNY Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh went back to that church and apologized.
I am sorry about the way that we acted. We disappointed our friends who are here, our family who is here, and we disappointed this church that has given us
She's
so
a political
much over
hack.
the years.
That's her credential.
The FDNY tells Fox about its investigation into its members, quote, it has nothing to do with politics. It's about professionalism at an official event held in a house of worship. While some argue the firefighters were within their First Amendment rights, FDNY bosses are apparently furious over what they deemed as unacceptable behavior by FDNY members Thursday.
Oh, my God.
First, simmer down. Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition.
The Post reports a memo handed out at firehouses Sunday warns when you're not on duty, feel however you want about politicians. Vote, protest, that's your right, but don't do it on the job's time. On Saturday, Trump went after AG James, who won a $454 million civil fraud case against him.
The fascist and racist Attorney General of New York State, Letitia James, I call her Peekaboo James, who, by the way, is now being booed and heckled all over New York because they know it's a scam.
The FDNY union says it will provide representation to any member who is under investigation. Sandra?
Brian Yanis on that story.
So fucking I mean, what what an idiot. What an idiot of Letitia James. Simmer down, simmer down. You have to go through that bullshit. You have to, being a professional speaker, as you should be, you go through, you do your speech, whatever. That's one. Two, they brought up the fact that it was in a house of worship. Well, you chose to have it there.
You chose to have it.
What about the separation of church and state?
You're singing my tune, brother.
Boom. That's two. Three, fucking Kavanaugh. I don't even know what her fucking credentials are, and I'll look them up. I'll figure it out. But she is a figurehead. I have no idea.
She's a political appointee.
Have no idea whether she's ever set foot on a fire truck or not. Probably not.
I don't think so.
Most likely not. But you want to start fucking hunting people down. Fuck you. Oh, we have cameras. We'll figure it out. A lot of those guys from the articles I read weren't in fucking uniform. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Disgracing the uniform, I will give you a little bit. I'll give you a little grace. I'll give you a little bit of grace there. But you're still allowed to voice your fucking opinion.
And if they weren't in uniform, they weren't on duty.
Right. Because if I'm in uniform, I'm getting paid, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll keep my mouth shut while you're paying me. That's
so
fine.
the two things I love about that story is you got when Letitia James says, simmer down.
Yeah, simmer down. Fuck you.
As if, and she's acting as if she has some power over these men, as if she is somehow in a position to have them respond to her commands or her directives. Well, she got that shoved right back in her sorry fucking face.
Fucking idiot.
And then the other thing is, this is a clear indicator to me that you don't fuck with the FDNY. You don't fuck with them. And they have made that. I would love to have seen or have some clue as to all the behind the scenes stuff, and for the police commissioner to be the one to go out there and be the face on this and apologize. That's huge. That is her career is pretty much over, at least in the city of New York.
The fact that you feel that you need to go apologize to the church, it's not even apologizing to Letitia James. It's apologizing to the house of worship that they were in.
Yeah, don't give me that shit. The minute you bring in the exceedingly political Attorney General of New York, who ran on a campaign of Get Trump, the minute you bring her into any house of worship or any union hall or any event anywhere, you are automatically making it political.
Yes.
So you can't, they're trying to have it both ways, and you can't do that.
Right.
At least in this instance.
And like you said, I mean, FDNY, they're union, but they're not union. It's very strange, but they're very strong, and they take care of each other.
Yeah.
And you'll have your outliers that are going to be like, oh yeah, Dan Carroll, he was one of them. Hey, Chief, Dan Carroll was one of them. You'll have those people, but for the most part, they're going to say, fuck you, eat a bag of dicks. We ain't doing it.
But in New York City, I mean, New York City is like no other place in America, no other place in the world. New York City, for this story to have the beginning and the end in that short span of time, says a lot. Yes. I mean, you can only imagine what was going on behind the scenes.
I want to be in those meetings, or however they're figuring
the
that
thing
out.
is, I know there's a lot of retired NY FD guys in FDNY in the Warthogs, and they're going to have some insight. I would love to hear those guys tell some of those stories.
I'll be reaching out
at the next.
We'll see. Actually, I don't know
at the next big get together.
I don't know how many FDNY guys we have. I know we have New York guys, but I don't know if they're FDNY. But
yeah,
we'll find out. And somebody knows somebody.
Oh yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt. They know somebody. But that is a huge win. Huge win.
So we had two huge wins to start off this Friday podcast, which I think is great.
Well, and let me throw another one in there. And this hasn't happened yet, but I love this headline that popped up literally about 20 minutes ago. And there is talk now that the House Oversight Committee Chairman, Barry Loudermilk, a Republican from Georgia, said the January 6th committee members, that's Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, may be referred to the DOJ for criminal prosecution. Boom.
But what happens there, though? Honestly, I mean, I think it's a big step.
They destroyed evidence.
I understand that, but what happens? How does that change? How does that change anything?
Criminal prosecution.
Okay, so they go to jail, but how does that change?
It doesn't. But
somebody's being held responsible,
and
so that's
look,
good.
If I can read the tea leaves on this one, Liz Cheney and they're all going to skate. Schiff and all the rest of them, they're all going to skate. But at least the heat will be turned up on them a little bit, and we've already got a lot of evidence that they did shit that they weren't supposed to do.
Right.
And this story for me started, I don't know, a couple of months ago when Trump wanted to, he's got 4 different cases going on, 91 charges. And then one of the cases has to do with what happened on January 6th. So he went to the judge, his lawyers did, and they asked the judge, they needed permission from the judge to research the files of the January 6th committee, which to me makes complete and total sense because the committee, which is taxpayer funded, public information, Trump should have a right to that information. Any defendant should have a right to that information, right? Interviews, transcripts, different pieces of evidence. And essentially, the committee said, well, you know, our record keeping was so slipshod and so shoddy and so haphazard, we don't have a lot of those materials anymore. And not only that, but the judge denied him access to those files, which is, again, just a horrible miscarriage of justice because the prosecutor had access to those files.
Right.
The prosecutor was able to use the information that reflected poorly on Trump. But Trump goes in there and says, yeah, okay, I want to look at the same files they did. And the judge says no. And then the committee comes out and says, well, we don't have that anyway, thinking it was just going to be a pro forma kind of thing. But now it turns out,
no, you can't.
But now it turns out that Liz Cheney and the rest of them were destroying information that was exculpatory for Trump. That reflected well on him. And a lot of it has to do with with Trump calling for the National Guard, saying, look, if you want the National Guard there, I'm going to make it happen. And the mayor of D.C. said no. Nancy Pelosi said no. So this is good because, if anything, it will expose more of just what a complete sham and a clown show the January 6th committee was.
Well, yeah, I mean that whole committee was a joke, but and when I asked you in the beginning, okay, so what does that change? What does it matter? Yeah, justice is going to be served against a couple people. It's not going to fucking change anything, and everybody's going to, you know, the insurgents on Washington D.C. that day. It's, I mean, to me that can's been kicked down the road at this point.
Yeah, it's not. It's not an insurrection. Never was an insurrection, and Trump was president on that day. That January 6, 2021, Donald Trump was still the president of the United States. What was he going to do? Overthrow himself?
No, he was still in power. I agree with you. I'm just saying, I'm so tired of hearing about January 6th at this point, because here we are. We're getting ready to go into another presidential election here soon.
Yeah.
So let's move on down the fucking road. I'm glad somebody's going to be held accountable, where we have all these other people that were held accountable, falsely imprisoned for bullshit that they didn't do. But again, where's that leave us? Guess what? We're going to wake up tomorrow. We're going to be in the same fucking spot.
I know. But
it's frustrating. It is frustrating.
At least the hope is out there that it will, for at least a period of time, make their life a living hell. And for me, that goes a long way. I'm sorry. I hate to take joy and pleasure in someone else's discomfort.
No, you don't.
But if this happens, I'll be very happy about it.
No, you don't, because you didn't invite me to the lounge the other day.
I feel bad about that now.
No, you don't.
I do. I feel bad about it.
You're a liar. But I love you. I'm working on something because I fucked up.
Oh, and by the way, I was
fucked up on
when I was at the lounge, I was hanging out with Brian Sweeney, a private detective that we know, and he may be.
You're not supposed to say that.
Not supposed to say what?
What he does. You're not supposed to say
it's
it.
too late now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. But when people ask him what he does for a living, he tells them.
You're not supposed to say it.
But he may be one of our guests on during our short 1-hour podcast tomorrow.
That's funny because it never came across my desk either.
Well, it just happened. Do we want to talk about tomorrow?
Dano.
Do we want to talk about our big day tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do it.
Raising some money to help out the family of our buddy Rob Herking.
I got the banner running across the bottom.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah, it's been there. Because I do things, Dan.
We are ready to invade the tap house in Anderson Township.
I don't think they have any fucking idea what's getting ready to fucking come across their threshold of their doors.
It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah. So I went down and saw Rob today. I've been down most days, but it's eyes open, and he's kind of acknowledging some things. So he's mentating, which is good.
What was that word?
Mentating. Mental.
Okay.
He's mentating.
Okay.
I know.
I don't know every medical term out there.
You're not medical. I get it.
I'm not a medical guy.
But he smacked our buddy Kevin in the belly.
That's a plus.
Because he started working with his eyes. He started opening his eyes up, and then he fucking, I don't know if it was just a reflex or whatever, but it was still funny as shit to us.
All right. Well, that's good.
So but yeah, so huge fundraiser that I think is going to be bigger than what we actually anticipated. That's not even the right flyer, but that'll work for now.
Got a lot of good info on there.
But yeah, so it's going to be big. The amount of raffle baskets that we have has been an influx that has been a little bit tumultuous, to say the least. But it's a good problem to have. But anybody that...
Big shout out to our friend Carrie, who's handling a lot of that.
Yeah, Carrie.
If not all of it.
Carrie and Chris have kicked ass on the baskets. Their house is full of them. We're going to pick all of them up tomorrow, which I need your van, by the way.
Oh, man. Are you serious?
Yeah. As a heart attack.
You have no idea how much shit I have in there.
No. Okay.
I mean, I can work on cleaning it out tonight. I got nothing to do tonight.
Disregard. But yeah, so we got a ton of raffle baskets. Awesome. The community has come out and just
thrown. Is it supposed to rain tomorrow?
No, should be good. But the community's thrown a ton of stuff at this, and we got some great live auction items, live music. Scotty Ryan starting at 5. We are going to do a quick podcast, a live stream. Should be good to live stream tomorrow for a little bit. And then we got the Dan Varner Band, one of our sponsors. We'll be there rocking it out. But it's going to be a long day for me, but a fun day for everybody.
A long day, but a good day.
Yes, absolutely. But anybody that is inclined that will not be able to get there, and if you want to show some support, if you could Venmo Aaron, all of the money goes straight to Aaron. There is no middle person. The bar's not taking a cut. Everything that we raise tomorrow will be cash or Venmo or checks, or, people are bringing checks and whatever. Everything's going straight to her. So that way we can offset some of these medical costs, because he's he's done a number. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. Think about that in your own life.
That's a lot. I mean, it's a ton. So we're gonna have a great day, though. Aaron and the kids will be there hanging out for a little bit, and then we're gonna have, like I said, the raffle basket, split the pot, all the things. So we will raise as much money as we can, and it's gonna be a very, very fun, long day.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Raffle's gonna be good. Music's gonna be good. I hope our podcast is going to be good. I know we're gonna see We're going to see our buddy Andrew Pappas there. He's
no, he's not going to be there.
He's not going to be there?
He's out of town.
He told me he was going to be there.
He's out of town.
Wow.
But we will, I believe, I have to confirm, but I think our friend Christian Bustler is coming down from Waynesville.
Christian Bustler?
The Mortuary Affairs Marine, no tougher duty, no greater honor. We had him as a guest before.
Really good book, by the way.
He's gonna come down. I just want to make sure the timing works out to where we could have him on as a guest, catch up where he's at.
Have we heard if our buddy Jim Cirker is going to be there?
I don't know that. I have not.
I'll have to send him a text message, send him a little reminder.
Think you should.
He might be able to.
I would assume he's going to be there.
Jim Cirker's a great guy.
Yep.
I know our buddy Randy Corbett's going to be there. Corbett Graphics,
killing it with the banners and tabletops and everything.
Yep. So I'll be there early tomorrow, helping get all that stuff up.
We've gotten a ton of help, and tomorrow's going to be a good day, a fun day. So Rob was getting a shunt put in today at 2:00 this afternoon to drain some of the cerebral spinal fluid off of his brain, which should be, I mean, it's a pretty mundane procedure from what the nurses tell me. I wasn't familiar, but I'll take their word for it. All the nurses down at UC, the docs down at UC have been great. So some of them might actually show up to the fundraiser. That'd be awesome too. We've been marketing his fundraiser, and they're like, I feel like we need to go. I said, well, you should. So yeah, tomorrow will be a good day.
Yeah, if for nothing else, come down, have a couple of beers, enjoy some good entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Some really good entertainment.
Not this podcast, but Scotty Ryan and Dan Varner.
No, the podcast's is going to be
bookending it.
It's going to be fun.
But no, yeah, tomorrow will be a good day.
All right, so what's next?
That's what I'm trying to look at. I have so many tabs of them. I'm trying.
I know. I sent you a ton of stuff. How about should we go with dumbass of the week?
Oh, we can, yeah.
And as a firefighter, I thought you might know more about this than I did. But I saw this video, and it really, I mean, I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on what's some of the other ones?
Instagram,
Facebook.
You're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, but I hardly ever look at that. What's the other one? Grindr.
Yeah,
you got that one, don't you?
You're definitely on Grindr.
I'm on Grindr.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, you have an account on Grindr.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, when were you going to tell me about that?
I wasn't. Rob made it.
Oh, for God's
Rob made your profile.
Oh my God.
Do you even know what Grindr is?
It's a hookup app, isn't it? I was going to say dating, but I think it's more than that.
For gay dudes.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Tinder is the hookup app. Grindr is the one for dudes.
For God's sake.
You didn't know you had a profile?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I don't even.
I will never.
I'm trying to hold my shit together right now. The fact that you walked right into that.
Well, I was just trying to name different apps.
It's fucking teed up, man.
I was just trying to name different apps, but
oh God, I love you. Dan.
But I saw this on. I'm on. Now I can't even think straight. X.
Twitter.
That's an easy one to remember. Twitter.
The Twitter.
I saw this video and I was like, "What the hell is this gal doing?" And I said, "Well, my paramedic firefighter buddy Jason Kiefer might know." So let's you explain to me what's going on here because I'm not exactly sure.
Will Cray hit. It's the gay one, Dan.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was too perfect.
I thought it was Tinder. That's the hookup.
That's what you meant to say.
Oh my God.
I mean to say a lot of things. But I want to enlarge.
Right.
I want to enlarge this.
Everybody get a good laugh.
This idiot.
Is this a guy? I love the coughing at the end.
I'm trying to figure out what
is that a thing?
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they're even doing.
Is he or she
one more time?
It looks like they're vaping.
It's like trying to huff. Like they're like he or she. I think it's a she, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to huff, but then there's a fucking lighter involved, which I don't even understand why that would be in play.
Does the vape? I guess the vape smoke is flammable, depending on what kind of vape you're using.
I chew. I don't vape. I don't know.
I know. I don't vape. I've never vaped. I don't ever plan on vaping.
I'm not Puff the Magic Dragon, where I have to hold this fucking thing in my hand like a dick, suck on it, and then blow smoke out. I don't.
But is that some sort of internet challenge thing?
I have no idea.
There's a lot of those going on.
That's the first. You sent that to me. It's the first time I've seen that.
See, I thought you might have some familiar. I thought you may have made a few runs with.
Nope, sure have.
Say you've got burns on the upper third of your body. There.
It's usually old people smoking with oxygen is what but they're using oxygen to survive, and then the cigarettes to survive. But the vape. I mean, it almost looked like she was spraying, like trying to huff. Aerosol.
Yeah,
I have no idea, no clue. It was entertaining for me.
So she breathed in maybe, and the vape ignited at the same moment, and
she lit a lighter. She lit a lighter.
Yeah,
it's fucking dumb.
It looks pretty dumb.
I mean, I know I'm a dumb fireman. You're not. Don't have a college education, but I know that is not a.
It's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, but guess what? That's why I'm a dumb fireman with no college education. That's called job security for me.
So her friend's going to be like, Shaniqua, what happened to your eyebrows?
She almost blew that weave off. Holy shit. Her fucking hairdresser will be happy because she got to come back in for another $200 to get that weave put back in. That's fucking dumb and ignorant. You sent it to me. I giggled my ass off there. I'm like, yep. Good work, Dan. That was a good one.
That was a good one. The next video, well, not really. I had the video of this dude in Haiti. Haiti, of course, is a Caribbean country. And this was a story that broke a few days ago on India Today. Haiti has plunged into chaos due to gang warfare. The U.S. has airlifted non-essential staff from its embassy, and the country has declared a state of emergency. And this comes after gangs attacked airports, police stations, prisons. Thousands of jail inmates fled too. Jimmy Gazerer, popular as Barbecue U, or Baby KU or Barbecue, is the leader of the notorious G9 gang and is now the most powerful man in Haiti.
What?
So I saw a video of this the other day, and the dude standing there in the street, supposedly this is the barbecue dude, and I guess him and his gang are a bunch of cannibals. There's a fire going on in the middle of the street.
Fucking gross.
The dude picks up what appears to be a human leg. He's moving it around in the fire, and then grabs a hunk of meat off the leg and starts chowing down on it.
Oh, god damn.
And so our buddy Zeke Arkham saw this, and there was a story that also broke last week about the United States flying in. So there's a lot of illegals that come into this country that don't cross the border. They simply get flown in. And this is a program that's run by the United States, and they say they vet these people.
Well, they call it the humanitarian
I don't
program.
know what the fuck they call
I think
it.
They call it the humanitarian
But it's like
program.
300,000 plus from shithole countries like Haiti have been. They don't even stop at the border. They just fly right in. They don't give out the information about what airports they come from, but they land at various airports around the United States, and they inject these illegals, most of them, right into the good old US of A. So Zeke Arkham saw this story about Haiti, and he posted this comment, which I thought was outstanding, and I wanted to share it. You want to read that?
Said, wait, so they've got roving bands of cannibalistic gangs running around Haiti, and they have access to get to the southern border, and they can easily get across it. And Biden will fly them anywhere in the United States. And you want me to give up my guns? I think it's perfect.
I love the
and
last
said,
one.
Shit. I love Zeke.
Oh,
Zeke
my
is awesome.
God. And that tornado that came through the other night blew away most of mine. So That's where I stand right now. Goddamn tornado.
I mean, I believe they're calling that like some type of humanitarian fucking.
Well,
because it was Haiti, Cuba, Venezuela, and another country that they were flying them straight in.
Yeah,
I can't remember the fourth one.
But the first thing the Biden administration did was say, "Oh, we're going to send you a bunch of money."
Yeah, which nothing's being done.
Well, who's that money going to go to?
Nothing's being done either.
Haiti is in chaos, and then now the left wing media is now saying that all these stories about the cannibals running around Haiti are not true. They're saying, "Oh, well, it's just right wingers that are trying to make the Biden administration look bad."
Well, there's a fucking video of a dude fucking eating a leg.
That's what I saw. And I meant to send it to you, but I forgot.
That's all right.
But
I don't need to see that, actually, to be honest with you.
I had to watch it a couple times to think, because look, anything can be fake these days.
Sure. I mean, the AI stuff is scary. So when we're preparing for a show and I'm like, all right, is this fucking real? Let me double check this.
But it looked like a leg. It still had a gym shoe on it. And they, and like they're burning tires in the
it still had a gym shoe. What was it?
They're burning tires in the middle of the street, and the guy's like, turning it over.
I'm sure it's an Air Force
like
One,
you
probably.
would with a brisket or something, right?
He still had a gym shoe on it.
He's ripping a piece of leg off.
Like,
there.
oh, you're eating the wrong part. That's too tough down at the bottom. You gotta go up top. That's where you get the good stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, was the it looked like a piece of calf he was ripping off.
You gotta
there.
get in the sweet meat. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, this is going off the rails, but I like it.
So there you go.
It's Friday.
So yeah, I saw that post from Zeke, and I said I got to share that with our viewers.
Zeke Arkham. If you guys haven't followed him or don't know who he is,
oh my
at
god,
Zeke Arkham on Instagram, he is fucking awesome, and been a guest multiple times. Been awesome.
Yeah, we've had him on at least a couple episodes in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
gonna go back and look up those episodes. The guy was killing it, just killing
it. Will Gray said, "Don't you know the thigh's the best part?" Sweet meat. Will Gray, sweet meat. That's right.
Oh my god.
All right, remind me when something bad happens that's in the world that's what I need to go for. I need to go for the thigh. Usually not a thigh guy.
That is fantastic.
Let's hit this fucking plane.
Okay, this is one I had not heard of yet.
Yeah. So this plane was flying either Australia to New Zealand or New Zealand to Australia, one of the two. I've heard a couple different interviews from people that were on this plane, and they said it felt like you were on a roller coaster. Right as you crest the hill, where your stomach fucking goes up into your throat. Yeah. I don't know the exact altitude that they dropped, but this plane was and went, just nosedived.
Yeah, that's
to where people
are floating around the cab. If you're not seatbelted in, you're flying, man.
And there were some that were not seatbelted in.
That's 0 G's right there.
So this one interview that I heard, the guy said that he looked over and he saw two people, like just in his aisle or his row, up against the top of the fucking
oh my god
where the oxygen mask would drop. So apparently the pilot had said that there was initially the pilot said that he had essentially what they call whiteout on the instrument panel. So all his instruments went dead. Well, now it has come to light that...
Did you say this was a 787?
It was a
Dreamliner? Boeing aircraft?
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah,
787.
Yeah, Boeing 787.
My God. How many problems has Boeing been having lately? What the fuck is going on there, man?
Well, we can caveat into something else after that.
But look how many years they built really, really, really good. The 747 is legendary. The 707 is a legendary aircraft. the 727. The 737 was good for a lot of years. But what the hell I just don't understand how they can go from being the premier commercial aircraft builder in the world. And they've got a lot of military airframes too. But how can they be the premier commercial aircraft builder in the world, far and away exceeding all the other competition, and then now be the shit show that they are? It's just it's unbelievable.
At least 50 people were injured Monday after a quote-unquote strong shake threw those without seatbelts from their seats and tossed around passengers on the Chilean plane traveling from Sydney to Auckland, New Zealand. So it's, Australia to New Zealand. Plane landed at Auckland Airport as scheduled, but more than 200 passengers aboard were shaken up by the nightmare flight. So apparently it went into a quote-unquote nosedive. Well, apparently it has come out now that it was a flight attendant in the cockpit that was serving dinner or food to the pilot, hit a button on the pilot's plane and literally shoved him into the controls. But originally it was, we had a whiteout on the instrument panel. so this poor fucker got pushed forward. And they said it was like a roller coaster. It was like this, this, like this, and then all of a sudden like this. So it's amazing, and we've got a a trip planned, and I'm like, fuck. I mean, flying doesn't scare me, and that's fine. But with some of this stupid bullshit, I'm like, oh, fuck.
But I go back to Boeing, and they've been around longer than I've been alive. How is it that you can have a design where an eventuality like that could even possibly happen? I mean, look how many years of experience they have. And on this one, you're going to tell me on this one aircraft, if a flight attendant is in here serving dinner and accidentally hits that button, it's going to shove the pilot's seat forward. He's going to go into no control over the yoke. The plane's going to do a nosedive. And it's going to be 10 or 15 seconds before you can recover. How can that possibly happen? There's no way in hell that should be able to happen. Well, I know a little bit about flight safety. I know a little bit about all the training the pilots go through and the simulators and all the rest of it. I've got a buddy who's flown Boeing aircrafts all over the world. And I remember asking him one time, I was like, what's up with the 737? And I said, they've been designing these aircraft for years and years and years. How come they can't build on that knowledge? And like this is something new to them, and they're not exactly sure how to make a door stay on, or how to make your cell phone not interfere with the electronics.
What they call it, a plug. Like that's one of the issues they were having. They were calling it a plug. The shit that was blowing out at fucking 17,000 feet. This thing fucking blows off. I believe they call those plugs, where it could be an emergency exit, but it's not in that plane. So that caveats into the fucking guy, the whistleblower for Boeing, who ended up somehow or another.
Yeah, dead, shot.
Self-inflicted gunshot wound as he was testifying in South Carolina.
Yeah. I just saw a headline on that. It was earlier today.
Epstein. He got Epstein.
He told his friends, he said, if I wind up dead, I didn't kill myself.
He got Epstein.
And now he's dead.
Yeah.
And I'm not reading anything about a full-blown investigation into this.
Right. Nope. Nobody talks about it.
I mean, that is, I mean, this is like a B movie on the Hallmark Channel. Isn't it though?
It totally is.
I mean, this guy's testifying as someone he just winds up dead. Wow, what amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've seen video of this guy talking about what's going on. I love what Jill Billy said. Nobody builds things like they used to. I bet planes built 50 years ago were better and safer than the ones built today. Yeah, airplanes that were built 50 years ago that are still around today, there's a reason they're still around. It's because they were damn good airplanes.
Right. It's just like
my God.
It's just like older houses that were built are better than the fucking new
Well,
ones,
yeah.
the toothpicks that they build now.
I just had to replace my washing machine a couple of weeks ago. Paula says, she says, is it still under warranty? I said, I don't think it is. I went down, looked in the file. We got it in 2017. So we got it, you know, I don't know what month it was in 2017, but we got it in 2017. Beginning of 2024, it's tits up, and then I got to go buy another washing machine.
I love it
when you were a kid, if you had an appliance that only lasted 5 or 7 years, I mean that company wouldn't even be close to being in business today. But now that's like the enders. Yeah, I mean, how many refrigerators have you bought in your lifetime?
Yeah, I mean everything's disposable. Don't buy don't buy an LG. Don't buy that.
Well, I dodged a bullet there. I didn't buy an LG.
Yeah, LG are complete shit.
But
yeah, everything.
When you were a kid, you probably had the same refrigerator in your house from the time you were a little kid until the time you were a grown ass man and left the house.
Yep.
So what what is that? 17, 18, 19 years, whatever it is.
And obviously technology's changed, but like televisions were the same way. Televisions are now disposable. You can't get somebody. You can't get somebody to work on a TV because the technology's changed so much that you can get one for $300-400, $500, depending on what size you want, and you throw it away.
I must say, I have today in my house the same big screen TV that I bought. We've had this thing over 10 years now.
Oh, the one upstairs that Jill has, it's a fucking relic, but it's still.
It looks as good today as the day I bought it. It looks as good today. I look at it and I'm thinking, man, this is an old TV.
She's the voice of reason because I want a bigger one.
Maybe I just got lucky.
I want a bigger one. I want a bigger TV. Flat, easy, light.
Yeah.
The one she has, she was like, "There's nothing wrong with it." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I can't argue with you."
But we had up in our bedroom.
But Jill said that's an insult to the innovative original screenwriting for Hallmark movies because you said it was a B budget.
I didn't mean that in an offensive way, but
I figured she'd pick up on that.
But the last time I watched a Hallmark movie, and I don't watch them, but my wife's got them on. You walk in, she's, what are you watching? Oh, am some love story about this girl. She goes on vacation and meets a prince. And I'm like predicting what's going to happen next. Stop it. Get out of here. I'm like, what's going to happen. I'm just calling it out before it happens. Get out of here. Stop it.
You're ruining it, Danny.
Go cut the grass. Go do something else.
Warranties last 2 weeks nowadays. Like my pet hamster when I was a kid who only lived for 17 days. Petland only guarantees will replace your
pets
hamster
like they used to either, I guess.
Will replace your hamster 14 days. Fuck Petland. we should.
I've heard stories about that place about not to buy pets from that place. Are they even still open?
I think there's some.
I know there was one in Eastgate. I don't know if it's still on.
I don't buy pets. I don't buy pets anymore.
That's good thing.
R.I.P.
Although we did the dog that we have now, we got him from the pound. He's a good boy. I had to show a picture of my dog someday.
Oh, yep. He's a big boy.
He's a good dog though.
Do you want to do an ad read?
I could.
I think we probably should.
I could. Let's see which one.
We're approaching the witching hour.
Let's see. We did Ohio Valley Productions last time. So what if we did Varner Netherton Revival is coming up tomorrow. And they'll be at the Tap House. And it's a great time because the boys are together again. And they really are making the best music of their lives. Cincinnati's own Dan Varner has rejoined with do we know if the whole band is going to be there tomorrow? We got Nick, Brad, and Rye.
Whole band.
And it's called, you see it right there on your screen, Varner Netherton Revival. They're filling up clubs like they will tomorrow night at the Tap House all over the place, from the Queen City to Nashville and all kinds of places in between. Varner Netherton is more than award-winning musicians. They're recording artists, and they really are they're just plain fun. Their vocal harmonies has crowds of 10 to 10,000 standing up and singing along. And the best part is you can book them for your event. So check them out tomorrow night at Tap House. And then if you want them to play at your event, you just talk to Dan and you get it done, or you can email varnernetherton.com, varnernetherton.com, and you will have some great entertainment at your event, like we will tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's it's gonna be a good shit show. It's
gonna be great, especially and we can't say enough about Dan Varner and how much. I mean, even I think we've had him on a couple of times. We should have him on more. Maybe we'll have him on for a short period of time tomorrow. But
that's my plan.
How great of a guest is it whenever we have him on?
Oh,
Dan Varner, he's fantastic, fantastic.
Well, I'm not going to go that far, but
okay.
He's
pretty. What, you're not going to say he's fantastic?
He's pretty good. He's pretty
wow.
Good. I'll deal with it.
Let's make a note of that.
I'll deal with it. No, I'm sure Dan will sit in, while we're doing our 45 minutes or an hour podcast. I'm sure he'll sit in. He's been huge in helping along with Chris and Carrie, Jill, everybody, Becky, all these people that have been helping Eiler, everybody that's been helping get this shindig together. I can't wait till it's over. I know there's multiple people can't wait till it's over just to be done. But yeah, I know Dan will sit in. But he's helped me out a ton just with planning, logistics, and whatever. So it's good.
So we've got our new desk here that we're sitting behind, and I'm just thinking about something. I'm holding my empty Coldie holder right here.
Oh shit!
That says one way, and you've got the beers off to your.
I think that's a hit.
But now that we're set up the way we are, I was just thinking about this. You could actually have that cooler between us.
I could probably not bogart,
and I wouldn't have to bother you every time I need you to reach over and grab me a cold beer.
You are absolutely correct.
Because when we were at the bar, we used to have a bucket of cold beer right there, and it was pretty much self-serve.
It's a work in progress. Work in progress.
I know. I'm just.
That
just occurred to me just now.
We have so much room for activities.
There you go. I just had a stream of consciousness.
So one of the first,
and I let that out on the podcast.
It's one of the first. It's one of the first.
What? I have that all the time.
Oh, okay. In your own mind, yes.
No, when I'm doing the podcast.
That is a very good. We're gonna get you a better chair. We're gonna put a cooler in between us. I actually have a cooler that will plug in, and it's not just like a bag cooler. It's like an electric cooler.
Well, I know our viewers and our listeners obviously couldn't see the way we had this set up before, but you had essentially a desk over there. Was one person desk over there, and then you had like a 3 shelf kind of thing,
rickety ass shelf.
That was the same height as
You're allowed to say it. You're allowed to say it. Rickety ass shelf.
Well, I'm not belittling. I mean, no. I mean, I'm not. You throwing shade. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just saying, explaining what it was.
No, you were relegated to a shitty shelf.
Yeah, and then I had to have like my legs spread wide apart to get it. I was a little uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. It's much more comfortable with this setup that we have right now.
Look at us moving on up.
So thank you for doing that.
We're like the Jeffersons.
Thanks for thinking of your buddy.
We're moving on up
on the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast.
I am going to say, I'm not going to do like a complete ad read, but our friend Rich from Engraved in USA. We've got three baskets that were donated for the event tomorrow. He is unable to be there. He's up in New York watching the Big East tournament, but he has gone above and beyond, and can't thank those guys enough. Rich, Tim, Jeff, Tanya, Tammy, all of them. Can't thank them enough, and we'll see what your baskets get. He threw a bunch of One More stuff in there, which was cool. He engraved a couple bottles for us.
Hey, our loyal podcast followers are going to snatch that stuff right up.
Hope so.
It's going to be big.
Hope so. We got some free giveaways that we're going to be doing tomorrow too. So if you are going to show up, you might get a free gift.
And we are planning to be on tomorrow.
I'm saying
six-ish.
I'm saying 6-ish.
Yeah.
Just because everything, with live music, everything's in flux.
Yeah. There'll be a little breakdown time, little setup time. So check YouTube tomorrow. 6-ish.
I'll try to put something out on Instagram.
Okay.
And that'll flow over to our Facebook page to kind of give a better timing, but Safe to say probably 6:15. That's my guess.
Okay.
I plan
Sounds
on
about right.
having everything set up to where as soon as Scotty's done, gets his stuff off the stage, then we can be set up. So we'll see. But around 6ish. So we hope to see you guys either in the live chats or on the live stream. Anybody, I know we have a couple out of town people that are actually traveling in for the event, so we'll see them in person. And
I have my legs. Yes, my legs are not spread now like they used to be.
Jesus Christ. It's pretty good.
Yeah, just engage in your little fantasies.
Well,
it's all good.
Well,
That's what I'm here for.
You and your grinder. You and your grinder account.
Oh, that was my mistake.
We'll see how many hits you get. We'll see how many hits you get after this.
Do you have access to that? I have no access to that account.
Oh, I have access.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, then why don't we go on and shut it down and cancel it? How about that?
Happy Friday, everybody.
See what kind of friend you are.
We appreciate all the T's and P's, the thoughts and prayers for Robbie. Tomorrow's going to be fun. And then I don't know when our next one is after tomorrow, but I'll figure that out. But we appreciate you guys tuning in, and anything you guys want us to cover, shoot me on Instagram and
hit the like button.
We'll hit it. Make sure, hammer the like button, subscribe, download, do all the things, rate, review. You know the drill. Dan, any closing comments?
It was a fun day. A couple of good wins for the old podcast, and I hope we have another big win tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
See you next time.
See ya.